the link with all. And the meeting is being live streamed also on the request of many people. So you are on YouTube, you are on Facebook, you are on other social media platforms also. The people who cannot join here, they are seeing you, listening you on YouTube, on Facebook, and I don't know what are those other social media. So maybe I hope that we have a participant of more than 200 people at the moment who will be listening to your views on tribology. Okay, now, gentlemen, this is 11:05. So, good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you very much, especially to all the keynote speakers, very eminent people of the industry, academic institutions who have joined this seminar and make an effort to create the awareness about tribology. Just to give you the brief introduction, not wasting time, so that immediately we come on session. My name is Sanjay Agarwal. I'm from the industry called CBS Technologies Limited. Now I'm introducing you the key speakers. We have with us today Dr. R.K. Pandey from IIT Delhi, who's a very eminent professor in the field of mechanical engineering and tribology. So we have Dr. R.K. Pandey. Just I'm giving very, very brief introduction, not taking much time. We have second, Mr. A.K. Pandey, Mr. Anil Kumar, Senior Executive Director, NTPC, who has to credit of setting up many power plants across the country. Then we have Mr. P.K. Jain, a tribology expert from BHEL, who has spent all his life in machine and lubrication and tribology management, green tribology, basically we will be talking. Then we have Mr. K.S. Pangte, General Manager, Indian Oil, who has also spent his entire life till date in the field of lubrication and green tribology. And we have as a very special guest today who agreed to join is Dr. S.K. Majumdar, Executive Director, R&D, Indian Oil Corporation, IOCL. Dr. Majumdar, could you please kindly put your video on, who also agreed at the last moment to join and address the seminar. Dr. S.K. Majumdar. So these are the 5 key people who will be talking on green tribology, lubrication management. So we are starting, and just for the information, we are on live stream on YouTube, on Facebook, and other social media channels. People will be watching us. And other than this Zoom. So now I invite Dr. R.K. Pandey, Professor of Mechanical Engineering at Tribology from IIT Delhi, to start the seminar and enlighten us with his comments on green tribology.
Thank you, Sanjay. So first, I would like to request you to know how much time I have to take it. Accordingly, I'll plan my talk.
Dr. Saab, if you could finish within 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So
it's perfectly all right.
Yeah.
No issue. So good morning to all participants, and most welcome listening me. It's a great opportunity for me to talk, to interact with you. So I would like to share my slides and then I'll be topic. It's visible to all of you. Hello. Please confirm.
Yes, sir, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Visible, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if you see, we'll be discussing use of green tribology in machine maintenance. It's fine. So something green aspect together and machine maintenance perspectives will be covering in this webinar. So let me start very focused way. So normally, if you see across our life, industrial life, we see a lot of machines, and these machines, having some places elements, and I mean those elements maybe where friction more, where should be less, or friction where both should be less. A very energy efficient system should be needed. We are looking here, if you see, so this combination, whatever right now you are able to see, is pointing out particularly, I mean, we are focusing here right now. So brakes, clutches, tire, etc. So we need minimum wear and maximum friction. So friction-based system it is. And here, if you see bearings, seals, gears, piston ring, and this liner, slide wheels. So minimum wear and minimum friction we need. And some places are there maximum friction and maximum wear also needed. Then the system will work. So I understand if you see those who are, I mean, little ignorant about typology. So typology, it involves basically friction, wear, and lubrication aspect. And this word, it got coined in 1966. This is a very well-known, well-documented, and available everywhere. Because UK government, they set one committee to study what are, I mean, losses are happening in UK industries, because engineers are not aware what is a friction, what is a wear, how to lubricate it. And another aspect it was there that when engineering it is getting mature, more and more technology is coming, then why maintenance cost of industries in UK it is increasing. So the mandate of the committee was there to study that and suggest what to be done. So basically, if you see the committee constituted in 1964, submitted the report after 2 years in 1966. And in UK Parliament, that report it was shared. And in 1966, people observed that in place of friction, wear, lubrication, only one word typology it was used. So basically, it is a Greek word. We are aware. The meaning is that when two surfaces are there at the contact, and the relative motion is happening at the contact under loaded condition, then related friction, wear, and lubrication aspect, stress concept, all those things of that contact, we understand that is typology. So if you see, let us come directly to the machines. So we are aware that gear set, bearings, piston ring, lubrication aspect, many more. So surfaces are bound to happen there because two elements we are bringing together, then only functionality of the system is possible. So there is a need to assemble it. But we understand that when two surfaces are being brought together, then dry contact will be there. Or you can say friction will be very high, or solid friction will be there. And that is not required. The reason is under loaded condition, if relative motion at the contact will be happening inside the machine element, then we understand the consequences. Friction will be more, heating will be there, wear will be there, and seizure may happen also, and system may stop functioning, total failure. So it was thought since ancient that if solid friction is there, then ideal situation is to replace it. But if it is not possible, then replace it by lesser friction element, that is lubricated contact. If dry contact, we are replacing by fluid friction based contact, then that is acceptable. At least friction it is getting reduced. Though ideal condition is that physical contact should not happen. Friction at all should not be there. But we know this is not possible. Functioning of the system may be lost. So physical contact is bound to happen. Then how to replace dry contact by lubricated contact? If you see here, two surfaces are there. So if you see, this is a lubricating film thickness. So this film thickness is very thick. That is also not good from dynamics point of view and from typology point of view as well. And when asperity to asperity contact it is happening, then also this is very detrimental. And obviously we are aware that when asperity to asperity contact will be there, micro welding will be there, and once relative motion is there, then this weld will be broken and ultimately debris will be created, debris will be generated. So extreme pressure additives, people they put it, if you see, so coating mono layers are getting absorbed here. So sort of coating will be there, then interaction will be less severe as compared to this. So the question is typology, we have understood the meaning, friction, wear, lubrication. together we are studying its consequences, how to reduce, how to increase, all these aspects we study under tribology. So if you see what is the green today perspective, what is the meaning of the green? Green is 3L plus 1H. LH it is called 3L. So what is 3L? In very generic sense is low energy consumption should be there in the machine element and system. As system, mechanical system we are talking, because several machine elements may be involved in the mechanical system or machinery. So low energy consumption should be there. So this is a green concept. And low emissions of greenhouse gases, heat generation, noise, all these are also coming under the green. And third point is low environmental cost should be there. Means whatever activities we are doing, our machines are doing, or whatever outcome it is coming, it should not degrade the environment. So potential deterioration of natural access due to economic activities, whatever we are doing, this should be less. And clubbing all 3L, we should get H. Means high quality life should be there. So everything it is happening to improve the quality of the life. It's fine. So green aspect is there. Now, if you see what people are doing across the globe. So if you go about 25 years back, then regimes of lubrication, it was like that, coefficient of friction varying from 0.15 to little more than 10 to the power minus 3. So now massive research across the globe, it is being done, and the intention is that irrespective of the lubricant, irrespective of the contact, whether concentrated contact is there or conformal contact is there, everywhere friction should come closer to zero. So that is the objective, but somehow presently it is not there. So people in laboratory, at least they have brought the coefficient of friction 10 to the power minus 3 order. And further research is going on to minimize this gap and bring coefficient of friction, all nature of the contact, irrespective of lubrication regime, close to zero, 10 to the power minus 4, 10 to the power minus 5 order. So I think green, it is a broader term and it involves minimization of heat generation. Suppose people, they understand that whatever emissions are there, that is only green. No, emissions are not only green. Issue is even if suppose electric vehicles are coming, so we are replacing emissions, whatever fossil fuel consumptions are there, whatever emissions are there, that we are reducing. That is the concept people they are thinking, but it is not. Because electricity waste systems are there, so somewhere we are generating electricity, at least in our country, if you see, coal-based plants are there. So coal are getting burnt and emissions are happening and all those issues are still there. And another thing, if suppose we are able to replace this, electrical energy based on the thermal power plant, less nuclear or some other things are there, then what we are doing in electrical vehicle? At least electric motor will be there, batteries will be there, so heating will be there, and all those systems also they are having their own consequences. So every beauty thing, it is well said that whatever things are there, negative, positivity, both will be associated with that. So electric vehicles, whatever it is coming, they are also having these type of issue, energy dissipation, heat generation. So if we are minimizing that, we are not warming the environment, that is also green. Where of course we are reducing, then it is good, because where will be there, then we are changing the part, component, etc. Machining will be involved, further purchasing will be involved. So those issues are also very detrimental. So minimize the where life should be long. A reduction or complete elimination of the lubricant. It is well said that lubricant may be blood for the machine, but it is the poison for the environment. Disposal issue or whatever fumes and all the consequences are there, that is very degrading. So across the globe, attempts are being done by researchers. At least let us, we are not able to wipe out complete lubricant use. Let us reduce the quantity. In place of 100 ml, if possible, let us achieve same thing by 10 ml or 5 ml. So that is also green aspect. Biodegradable things, because certain things are there which takes a lot of time to create and degrade. So here biodegradable items and people they are encouraging and they are bringing in the industrial life. That is also green aspect. So sustainable and green engineering principle, whatever it is possible, all will be coming in green only. Biomimetic approaches, we understand here, basically this is called bionic, means we copy things from nature. We know that nature is a great designer, great engineer, and nature machines we are. and we are also engineers. So our machines we are designing. So the issue is that those who are great, let them learn. Let us learn from the great people and use at our own level. So why not to observe the nature and whatever phenomena it is there in the nature, that let us copy on our own machine and enjoy the fruit of the nature. So that is a bio, we are copying from nature. Noise reduction is the big issue. Every walk of the life, you see noise reduction. This is also a green technology. So life cycle assessment and enhancement, this is also green. So generic things, let us see, all these are green things only. Now issue is that these green things, suppose we are achieving through tribology, then we call it green tribology. It's fine. So industrial revolution happened, and we are aware industry 1, industry 2, industry 3, industry 4, if you see. So what are the major, I think, points came during these regions? So you have a look on this. But today's scenario is that industry 4, we are dealing all these things, big data, interpretation, manipulation, and all those things, cyber-based things. So these are coming industry 4. So our industry, our plant, factories, basically unmanned type of thing, it will be there. So machines will be operating in that situation, what tribology will do and how to do that, how to deal with that. So that is the issue. So if you see what is set inside industry 4, in cyber-based physical system. So using this, machines will be working, industry will be working of the future. Now for these machines, advanced maintenance, monitoring and diagnostic systems are needed. And advanced technology for energy saving and life extension is needed. So we are focusing today here. The theme of our today's seminar is through tribology, how to address these concerns. Fine. And machine maintenance, of course, it will be there. So these 2 points will be speaking. Some part in this lecture, some part other speaker will be speaking. So this is a part of industry 4, whatever we are talking right now. So I feel you are understanding now, tribology involves more and more scientific, environmental and economic issues. So when we are involving these things in tribology, then it will become green tribology. We recognize green tribology. Word is recognized green tribology. So tribological studies regards what? Transport, machine component, machining, farming. So all these things are part of the industry 4. So research is going on, or we are doing also, futuristic thing it is there. So all these things are the part of the green tribology. We are working and these are dues also to get work. So there is a significant development of the environmental friendly tribology technology. So all these things together, we say green tribology. So there is a thrust in industry 4 about green tribology. And the concept what I was talking, let us go to the friction 10 to power minus 4, 10 to power minus 5, irrespective of any regime of lubrication. So that concept is called super lubricity concept. So nowadays, if you see, worldwide research is going on this concept, super lubricity concept, it is there. So how to improve energy efficiency of the system? 2 examples I'll be giving very quickly. And this is the basically research of our team at IIT Delhi, our PhD student and tech student. So let us see what we have done in tribology, how we have made it in green tribology. So you're looking, ball bearings, if you see about 80% of bearings used in industries, in machines, or even domestic appliances are ball bearings. So ball bearings are very prone to vibration. The reason is these bearings have basically low damping feature, low damping capacity. So what to be done? How to enhance the damping? How to reduce the frictional losses inside these bearings? Because at larger scale, these bearings are being used. So here at Delhi, we attempted, and those results I would like to share with you. So if you see ball bearing lubrication, basically we reduce friction and wear using a lubricant. We are interposing certain medium at the contact. So our intention is that friction wear should be less and it should get removed. But grease lubrication, really it is very tricky. So here one example is being demonstrated. If you see, we kept grease here and then one ball we are bringing here and just by hand we are rotating. Now what is happening? grease is getting pushed aside. 2-3 rotations are being done, then grease has gone. Now you imagine in machine at high speed, if rotor will be rotating, shaft will be rotating, then grease will be getting pushed aside. It will be thrown because centrifugal force will be working on the grease itself, and conjugative walls are moving very fast. And grease is basically soap, and soap is having considerably a large yield strength as compared to oil. So coming up grease on the back track, it is very difficult. So basically, ball bearings, why they are prone to vibration? The reason is inherent damping capacity of bearings are very less. And we understand lubrication is happening. Basically, it is not happening. I'll be demonstrating some images, will be explaining about this. So if you see here, this is thrust ball bearing. Here, one grease grade we have taken, and now ball has been brought, 0.2 you see. Now it has been rotated. If you see 2-3 turn has been done, then grease is getting pushed aside. This is demonstration just how system how things bearing will be working. Now here NLGI low, less NLGI number grease we are using, same setup, same concept, and few rotations are being done. So let us compare this and this. What is happening here? So if you see here, so NLGI number is high, and then what is happening? Track grease is getting removed. Only 3-4 turn we did like that. And here when you are looking, this is NLGI number less. So little grease it is there. It is available at the base. So issue is that once it will be running at very high speed, maybe 2000, maybe 1500 RPM, as like that, then you can imagine it will be obviously metallic contact will be there. Little lubricity may be there. Traces of the grease maybe or oil may be there. So that will be working well, and mainly ball bearings, it works because rolling friction itself, it is less. Even metallic contact is there, friction will be very less. So we thought how to improve it, what to be done. So here one concept is there nowadays. If you are looking here, texture concept is emerging, a very viable concept. So you are looking here, certain steps are being implemented here. So through laser, we did it like that. So here, whatever right now holes are visible, by naked eye won't be appearing like that. So this is 10 micrometer, 20 micrometer size. So another thing is that you are looking snake here. So snake bottom side, if you see, this is the structure. So this structure also we copied on a radial ball bearing. So you are looking at conventional bearing. Here you will see here, contact is like this. And then this type of configuration we created here. So now you are looking here, this portion, so your gap is there and 2 contacts it is here. So this texture through laser we implemented. So whatever surface topography you are looking, it has been implemented here. The reason, what is the logic behind that? Logic was that because grease is not present at all when dynamics it is happening. So why not micro group should be given and grease should be available here. It is fine. And when heating will be there, then whatever soap it is there and bleeding of oil will be there, it will be coming here and better lubrication will be happening. So this we did, and we conducted experiment. So you are looking here, load cell it is there. And we tried to measure frictional torque. In ball bearing, as such, friction coefficient is not there because several type of contacts are there, several contacts are there. So some contact may be having high load, less load. Even if you see ball are there, cages are there. So normally I have seen people, they find friction coefficient of ball bearing. It's not like that. Always frictional torque, because in totality we are finding it. So frictional torque has been measured here if you are looking. And then here you see here, accelerometer is also there. So this accelerometer meant is to understand its dynamic vibration, because when fatigue test will be done, if surfaces will get damaged, so ultimately we have to go in the shelter of temperature rise, increased frictional torque, and enhanced vibration. So these 3 parameters we have to correlate. So this experiment it was done, and I would like to tell you, see the status. So this is conventional race when texture was not done, and when texture it was done. So you see retainability of the grease here, and here grease is not there. Because film thickness visualization, it is very difficult. So one finger we kept there and just removed it. So this ridges have been formed. So it is indicating quantity of lubricant is available more here, and it is very less.
Dr.
So
Pandey,
this is the advantage.
Can I disturb you, sir?
Oh, time is up. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
1 minute
Okay,
more, sir. You.
Okay, okay.
We will
So
have a separate session. Yeah, 1 minute.
very
more.
quickly,
Yeah.
1 minute
Yeah,
only. So
yeah,
just you see, when I mean certain research we did it, and then advantage. If you see here bearing, so bearing greases are here. You are looking here. This is getting pushed aside. So here at the contact, this is not there. This is thermography. So images you are looking up the thrust ball bearing. So it is indicating that I mean grease it is getting deposited once there is a certain texture. It is done. And obviously here in vibration, if you see in time domain, it has been reduced. And similarly, vibration, if you are looking in frequency domain, it is reduced also. And surfaces are not getting, I mean, scratched when we are putting this dimple. If you see, this is conventional surface. And similarly, we have used in gear also. And we have used, I mean, this vacuum pump, it is there. So vacuum pump also we have done certain studies, but time is very less, so I'll be skipping all these things. So, I mean, some other day, if opportunity will be there, I'll be talking. So here also a lot of tribology involved, because aluminum and plastic, huge coefficient of friction is there. So how to minimize it? And certain, I mean, texture we are copying here, and we are using on piston ring. So one of the project, Uchatar Aviskar Yojana, it is running. So we are implementing this technology in piston ring, and we are I mean, engine concept we are talking. So here some experiments are there. Similarly, weight clutches are there. So here parasitic losses will be there in the weight clutches. They are also, I mean, we are improving and we have done it. So because time is very less, I cannot speak in depth. So I'll be ending. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you very much. So maybe questions, if any, it is there. I think together we'll be addressing the concern at 12 o'clock. Then write your question and share with us. I'm very sorry. Time is very less, so I cannot speak at length. Okay.
No,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
This is only a starting of a practice of creating awareness about tribology in the country. We, as a country, are committed for a carbon neutrality. It is a wonderful technical presentation, Dr. Pandey. Truly, I being in engineering field could even make out this sense, some 10-20% sense out of this. Yeah, we will definitely come back to you for a more
thank you so much
session on that. So with this, I'm moving to Mr. Anil Kumar Pandey, a hardcore power plant professional who has spent more than 35 years with NTPC. So now we will listen to Mr. Anil Kumar Pandey from NTPC, enlightening us about the green tribology and its effect, its utility in the field of power sector. Welcome, Mr. Anil Kumar Pandey. Thank you very much for joining.
Yes. So thank you, Sanjay, and good morning, friends, all connected on this platform. My esteemed co-panelists and speakers on this program and participants. It's an honor to be on this platform where eminent personalities like Dr. Pandey, Dr. Majumdar, Mr. Pankte, and Mr. Jain are there, and industry experts like Mr. Sanjay are there. I will be trying to add my bit as to how lubrication is important to us, what problems we are facing, and how green tribology can really help power industry in particular and nation as a whole. So first of all, I think Dr. Pandey has really given a very good insight as to what green tribology is and how we have to move towards green in all aspects of our business or in this industry to really achieve the net zero concept that the nation is moving forward. So power industry, as we all know, that primarily we are a coal-based economy, generating almost 70% of our power on coal. So these coal-based power plants, which are of roughly about 220,000 megawatt capacity, they depend heavily on the moving machines. And those machines are operating at a very high speed. And you will be really shocked to know that whatever power we are generating, nearly about 7% of the power we are consuming only to run our auxiliaries to produce that power. So if you take it, 220,000 megawatts, 7% of that roughly takes us to about 15,000 megawatts we are using only to run our auxiliaries. Now, as Dr. Pandey was telling, that the major objective of the green tribology or green mission is to really 3Ls concept that sir was mentioning, low energy consumption. So how we can reduce the auxiliary power? And one of the ways of reducing the auxiliary power is to have proper selection of lubricants, proper selection of bearings, and maybe going forward, it is again proper maintenance. So let me just give you a brief, insight as to how power industry consumes lubricants and how it should be avoided. Because again, a company of NTPC size, which is operating about 47,000 megawatts of coal-based power stations on its own, we are consuming roughly about 3,000 kiloliters of oil every year. Now, this 3,000 kiloliters of oil is roughly about 65 crores of oil that we are consuming. Now, this again is almost equivalent to one replacement of oil every year. The question is whether we should be consuming this much of oil, or there is a way in which the life of the oil can be improved and we can start saving on the consumption of oil. There are many critical equipments like turbine, which are operating at very high RPM of 3000. Then we have got, very equipments operating in very hostile environment like coal mills, ash handling equipments. Now, these equipments, since they are operating in a very hostile environment, the oil always gets contaminated very fast. And once it gets contaminated, it starts losing its property for which it is supposed to work. It is at this stage that a maintenance engineer finds it easy to really go for replacement of oil. Whereas there are many technologies available which can be used to make it fit for reuse or to recycle it by way of proper filtration, by way of proper additives in the oil, so that the total oil consumption in these areas can be removed. Another major challenge that power industry faces is basically the recommendations of OEMs. Now, what we find is that particularly the foreign OEMs, they recommend certain grade of oil without giving us a clue as to what is its equivalent, which we can find in the Indian market. So we are heavily dependent on even for the import of such kind of oils, and we do not have choice to really go for a different make of oil, which can be less costly or which can be, giving much more life. So this is another challenge where, my co-panelists and experts can really tell us as to how to go for the replacement of such oils which are recommended by OEMs who are of foreign make. So that is another concern which power industry faces. Now, coming to the concept of green tribology that we are trying to understand in our mission to take the industry to 4.0, as Dr. Pandey was mentioning. Now, this has to come from the design itself, because as sir was saying that yes, bearings, if there is a basic change in the design, it can be less oil consuming, and maybe the requirement of the lubricants will be less. So basically the change has to start coming from the design itself, because once the system is designed, the concerned person who is really there to operate and maintain it, he doesn't have much choice but to keep on maintaining it the way the system has been designed. So I think as a team, our first step has to be really identify such areas where there are high power consumptions, there are huge quantities of oil being used, like in case of a turbine, where the oil quantity is roughly for each turbine, the oil tank capacity is about 20 kiloliters. So can we have some kind of intervention at the design stage itself, where the requirement of the oil can be reduced? Because once a system is designed, as I was telling, it is very difficult to change the process in between. So let us first try to focus on the design part of each and every machine, how much power it is consuming, whether there is a way of operating it at a less power level, because that again is going towards green, because any power that we are consuming is basically getting generated somewhere, and any power that is getting generated somewhere, it is utilizing coal, it is firing coal, it is emitting carbon dioxide, it is emitting sulfur dioxide. So if we can reduce the power consumption, that will be the first step that we can take towards going green. Second step can be to reduce the consumption of fresh oil. As I was telling that if as a company, we are using 2,900 kiloliters of oil in a year, is there a way in which we can reduce the use of fresh oil and maybe enhance the life of the oil that we are using, and adopt the concept of 3 R's: reduce, recycle, and reuse? That really will be making us a lot of saving on the oil front, because any oil that during the maintenance process we are replacing is really damaging the environment, is going damaging the earth surface. The disposal of contaminated oil again is a very, very serious challenge that industry is facing. There are a lot many regulations which have come, and today we simply cannot allow oil to just go in the drain. It has to be properly disposed. So oil storage as well as oil disposal, these two also pose a lot of challenge to the maintenance engineers. So in the whole, as a whole, what we find that power industry definitely is a guzzler of oil. We are using lots of lubricants, and apart from, of course, greases, which I have not talked about. So what kind of design changes can be brought in the system which can lead to maybe elimination of lubricants, or if not elimination, can be incorporated to reduce the oil consumption, so that not only we are reducing the oil, but we are also saving on the auxiliary power, and which will definitely go in a long way in achieving the green concept of the nation. So Sanjay, this was from my side, because I have not prepared slides, and maybe next time onwards, I'll be much more prepared, and maybe we'll be giving some deeper insights on how the equipments are functioning in the power plant and how we can help saving the environment by reducing the consumption of oil and going green. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Anil ji. आपके उसमें तीन, really there are three noting which I have made. एक तो आपने जो R&D की जो बात की है, I hope IIT Dr. R.K. Pandey and his team will definitely make a note of it. The second, आपने जो बात की 3,000 KL of oil worth around 60-70 crore you are using, yes. And the third जो आपने बात की, जो मेरे को बहुत ही इस समय पूरे कंट्री में we are talking a lot of आत्मनिर्भरता, जो आपने एक पॉइंट किया कि lot of foreign manufacturers, OEMs come recommend the oil and people start using them. My IOCL friends, I'm sure have taken a serious note of it. ये भी एक स्टेप है कंट्री के सेल्फ डिपेंडेंस की तरफ, आत्मनिर्भरता की तरफ, कि वो भी स्टडी करें कि ये कौन कौन से ऑयल हैं जो एनटीपीसी या पावर सेक्टर में they are being recommended by these foreign people and they are being used, and how can we as a country minimize the use of these oils and strengthen the concept of Atmanirbharta or Make in India. With this, thank you very much, Sri Anil Kumar ji. It was a wonderful, very brief, concise presentation enlightening us on power industry. With this, I request and move to Sri Pradeep Jain. Pradeep Jain ji has spent entire his life on machine tribology. You have listened to IIT professor, you have listened to PowerPoint, power plant expert. Now we are coming to machine tool and green use of green tribology in machine maintenance. So let us now listen to the comments. And Pradeep Jain sir, we are slightly running out of time. So I hope if you could enlighten us within next 10 minutes. So let us now welcome Shri Pradeep Jain, BHEL on machine tribology, machine maintenance. Yes, sir. सर आपका वॉइस नहीं आ रहा, प्रदीप जैन सर, यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल.
Now I'm audible?
Yeah.
So, thank you, Mr. Sanjay, and other keynote speakers and the participants. First of all, before my starting my presentation, I would like to speak something on my experience, based on my experience, to something about grease lubrication of bearings. Sometimes it's a misconcept that you fill up the bearing with a lot of grease and it is better lubricated. And Dr. Pandey has already spoken about this. No, most of the grease is flies away from the track and it doesn't lubricate. At one instance, I found that it was a bearing of size of 275 mm mean diameter. It's a big bearing, angular contact bearing, and it was a new bearing. We fitted the bearing and we started running on this at 1200 RPM. Bearing started heating. Spindle started heating. We dismantled everything, found out what was wrong. There was nothing wrong with the fitment of the bearing. Then what could be the gone on wrong? So I asked the fitter, how much grease you filled in this? He told me he consumed around say 200 grams of Isoflex 15. That's a high-speed bearing, high-speed grease, high-speed grease. No, I told him, no, you have actually consumed a lot of grease. And he wiped off all the extra grease and just consumed around 80 grams of grease for that bearing. And then fitted it back. It ran properly. There was no overheating. There was no overheating. So it is very, very important to know what lubricant you are using and how to use it properly. And once again, now Mr. Pandey was mentioning that most of the equipment OEMs recommend their own lubricants, of course, and this was a major problem for us also. Then at the time of procurement of new machines, we inserted a clause in the tender that they will have to specify grease of Indian origin. And it was a mandatory part of our tender. So to some extent, we could meet this challenge. And in fact, I remember some 20-25 years back, maybe more, we developed a servo-way grade of oil with in consultation with IOCL. It was servo-way 100. It was the equivalent of an CGLP 100 grade oil, which was not there in the Indian market by then. So this is a brief thing, what I could extract from the previous speakers. Now, I will run through, because it's a paucity of time. Would you kindly let me share my slides?
You can share, sir.
No, I've done it, but it's not. Yeah, now it is there. Something wrong with this. Yes. Now I'm going quick through how the lubrication oil degrades in a machine tool or anywhere. In fact, there is water contamination, which is a major problem, and particle contamination and oxidation. There are certain parameters to measure these. And we can apply, and in fact, we have applied some online sensors to monitor these parameters, like viscosity. When water mixes with the lube oil, it loses its viscosity and lubricating properties. And in case of where the cyclic heating and cooling is going on, where we keep the temperature of the lubricant controlled, this is a major problem we face there.
पीके जैन साहब एक सेकंड, आप सारी स्लाइड शेयर कर रहे हैं, but
हाँ.
slide is not visible to
I don't know why. That's what I'm
Are
saying.
you sharing some slides, sir?
Yeah, I have already shared. I don't know why it is not coming.
नहीं, शेयर ना नहीं आ रहा है सर, शेयर आपकी स्लाइड किसी को दिख नहीं रही है. I'm getting many calls.
Just a minute. Let me see.
हाँ,
why
yes,
it's
अब
not
आ गया
happening.
स्क्रीन से. Yeah, now it's available. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. So this basically flow chart shows you. No, just a minute. What are the major degradation features? Water contamination, particle contamination, oxidation. And there are certain parameters by which we can see how the degradation is taking place. We can apply sensors because we have on some machines have installed sensors of like these, like viscometer, water in oil sensor, and conductivity sensors like this to measure the degradation of the oil in real time. Now, when it comes to green tribology, we speak of biodegradables. We all know that vegetable oils and animal fats, which we had been using since long, quite ancient times, they are a very good lubricants, but there were certain disadvantages with these. With the rise in industrial activities, the mineral-based lubricants came into picture. We all know that only 40% of the lubricants we use on the machine tools or anywhere, only 40% is recoverable, and out of that, a very few quantity is recyclable and reusable. Rest, almost 80% goes to Mother Earth and pollute our environment. Most of the mineral-based oil we treat as biodegradable, are inherently biodegradable, but they cannot be treated as biodegradable because they don't degrade as per some ISO standards, that is perhaps ISO 4939. They don't get decomposed by to 60% within 28 days. Whereas most of the mineral-based oil get degenerated by to 15 to 30% in 28 days. They don't come into category of biodegradables. So we must find out solutions. This is a and once again the challenge to our green engineering field, where we can have biodegradable base stocks made from vegetable oils, animal fats, and some PHEs are also, and synthetic esters, man-made ones. Once we are talking about oil and lubrication systems in machine tools, they are broadly can be categorized into boundary layer lubrication, hydrostatic lubrication, some gear lubrication, hydrostatic power packs, air oil lubrication systems, and aerostatic systems. Aerostatic systems are once again like we have hydrostatic system where the two moving parts, there is a oil film in between the moving parts. Here in the aerostatic systems, there is no oil, but only air, compressed air. Of course, some very minimum quantity of lubricant is there, air mist type. So this is once again a very sturdier system, because aerostatic systems give you a lift of hardly maximum 15 micron, whereas most of the hydrostatic lubricating system give you a minimum lift of say 20 microns and even more. And these are very sturdy systems. We have such aerostatic systems on some of our machine tools. And once again, one of when we are inching towards minimalistic lubrication systems, and we have challenges of lubricating high speed angular contact ball bearings, where we have used air oil lubrication systems, where major quantity air at a pressure of say 6 bar or so, and few droplets of oil is injected into the stream, and it through tiny tubes, it goes directly to the bearing balls of the bearing, and where it definitely lubricates and takes away the heat also. These systems are very much prevalent in nowadays high RPM high speed machines.
Jan sir, sorry, you please try to conclude in next 30 seconds.
Okay, then I'm okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Then it comes to
Yeah.
basically what we could do. We can do our bit on the side of reducing, because reduction is nothing but how do you manage our oil? How do we do our oil management? Like one of the ways is installation of parallel oil. No, I say something misprint. Oil conditioning systems like vacuum dehydration and electrostatic cleaning and centrifuging oil, which is the field of Mr. Sanjay, and cleaning systems, which helps in utilizing the oil and lubricants to its maximum life. 5S is a must for proper storage, accountal, and management. We at the industry, we had been storing oil like this earlier, but things have changed now. We have moved towards like grease were stored like this. We are moving towards 5S and better housekeeping and better storage and disposal systems like this. And now we color code oil pour points, and we also make a record of how much oil is consumed. And this we have tried automated system also in some of our machines, where how much quantity is being poured into, and how much is the how is the level of oil getting depletes are recorded automatically. And we definitely analyze that data to how to reduce the use of lubricants. And that is perhaps my bit of notes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PK Jain साहब. I am amazed कितना कुछ है समझने और करने के लिए. Now I am taking this session उन लोगों के पास जिनके बारे में ये बात चल रही है. Now we have the two hardcore experts from Indian Oil, जिन्होंने पूरी लाइफ अपनी अभी तक लुब्रिकेंट्स पे ही पढ़ाई की है और लुब्रिकेंट्स पे ही रिसर्च की है और लुब्रिकेंट को एक्चुअल, इनके पास हर तरीके का एक्सपीरियंस है, पढ़ाई का भी, R&D का भी और एक्चुअल यूजर का भी. और एंड आई एम होपफुल, जो प्रीवियस मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं, 2-3 चीजें मुझे बड़ी अमेजिंग लगी जो NTPC के श्री अनिल कुमार जी ने कहा कि फॉरेन को OEMs आते हैं और हमें रिकमेंड करते हैं और ऑयल यूज कर पाते हैं. आई एम श्योर दैट इंडियन ऑयल, माय फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम इंडियन ऑयल हैव टेकन ए सीरियस नोट ऑफ इट एंड इसमें आत्मनिर्भरता की तरफ वो जरूर कुछ करेंगे. एंड सेकंड, जो बड़ी अमेजिंग एंड पिंचिंग बात पीके जैन साहब ने की कि 80% या इज इट ओके?
Yes,
So,
okay now.
पीके जैन साहब ने जो बात कही कि 80% ऑफ द लुब्रिकेटिंग ऑयल गोज बैक टू द मदर अर्थ, और ये जो लुब्रिकेटिंग ऑयल अर्थ में जाता है कितनी सॉइल की फर्टिलिटी को अफेक्ट करता है, प्रोडक्टिविटी को अफेक्ट करता है. मेरे से बेटर आप लोग एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, सब IIT के प्रोफेसर्स हैं, वो जानते होंगे. तो एनीवे, with this making, with these notings, serious notings from my friends, I now invite and move to Sri K.S. Pangte, a hardcore engineer, an R&D man, general manager from Indian Oil, जिन्होंने वर्ल्ड वाइड ट्रैवल किया है, लुब्रिकेंट्स के ऊपर, यूजर्स को खुद देखा है. तो I request now Sri K.S. Pangte ji, general manager Indian Oil, to enlighten us with his views on this green tribology conference.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Can you hear me? And my previous speakers और हमारे, अगर मैं कहता हूँ लुब्रिकेंट की फील्ड में, तो हमारे गुरुजी डॉक्टर मजुमदार and myself, we have worked together for 25 years in the field of lubrication. He was from R&D side, I was from technical side field, and I have worked in almost all the industry, sugar mill, paper mill, engineering, BHEL, NTPC, कोई हमारे से इंडस्ट्री छुट्टी नहीं है. And like he said about how to reduce per metric ton cost, I don't say lubrication cost, and then my emphasis is on, and to every industry I say, today in the current scenario, in the competitive world, we are talking about how to save per metric ton cost, whether it is power industry, engineering industry, whatever industry is there, emphasis on how to reduce per metric ton cost. Like he was asking about Indian Oil and lubrication, this industry, this how to take care of turbine oil maintenance, coal mill, ball mill, contamination and everything. Sir, here I would like to say, we have a condition monitoring system, and in your so many plants, I have worked very closely how to reduce this breakdown maintenance, because now we are not working on breakdown maintenance. We are working on proactive maintenance, preventive maintenance. Breakdown is last. I have seen there are so many examples. We were talking about turbine oil. Let's take an example of turbine oil. Turbine oil is nothing but pure base oil, highly refined base oil, plus additives, very little amount of additives, and life of turbine oil is more than 25-30 years. One sum capacity is 40 lakhs liters, 40,000 KL, 40 KL, 40,000 liter, and 40,000 liter on an average and this current scenario is one sump capacity is 60 lakhs to 70 lakhs rupees per sump capacity. There are certain parameters. Lubrication management is nothing but to take care of your all the equipments and take care of your lubricants or periodically basis. But pardon my saying, don't take it otherwise. You have to take help of oil industry. Indian Oil is very pioneer on those condition monitoring system. You have to take care of your turbines. I'm taking example turbine very seriously because there are certain parameters. We look for those parameters. 4 or 5 parameters are there. Kinematic viscosity, demulsibility, viscosity at 40, and all the industrial machine. We take temperature of 40 degrees centigrade because we want all the machines, all the equipment should run below 40 degrees centigrade. 40 degrees is the ideal temperature for industrial machine. For automotive, we say we take care of 100 degrees centigrade. These are the parameters. There are so many classification. ISO VG. We go for VG classification. Society of Automotive Engineers, NLGI for grease lubrication. And we take pride of saying that we have given import substitute to BHEL, NTPC, defense, agriculture, power plant, engineering industry. There are so many industries where we have given the import substitute, and cost drastically came down from few thousand rupees per liter to few hundred of rupees per liter. Defense, power plant, BHEL, all those big engineering group, your construction equipment, excavator, loaders, dozer, dumper, we have worked for engineering industry, JP industry. We have rationalized because we have seen you have to work on rationalization of lubricants. Now we are not talking about per liter of oil. Now we are talking about better lubricity, enhanced life, all extended drain interval. Now slowly, now industries are shifting from mineral oil to synthetic oil. Synthetic oil are having a big drain interval, improved lubricity. They are giving extended interval, and they are not mineral oil. These are polyalpha glycols, polyalpha olefins, esters. These kind of oil, now these kind of synthetic oil people are working, and abroad mostly towards engine oil we are going. See, I am giving one example of engine oil. They say it, fill it and forget it. Suppose you take a synthetic oil and fill it in your car. Moment you buy one engine oil, before you discard your vehicle, it will run 1 lakh kilometer. But this is not the case in India, because after 1 lakh kilometer, we are not discarding our vehicle. It goes beyond. But you see, it is taking only 2 changes. So those kind of activities, those kind of areas we are working, and we do condition monitoring for each and every industry. Please believe we have perfect condition monitoring system. Dr. Majumdar, who is present here, we have worked very closely for all the diesel generators, turbine oils. I'll give you classic example of boundary lubrication. Sugar mill industry is running on boundary lubrication. There are so many industries, those are still running on bituminous oil, aromatic. We have to reduce them because we are talking about green technology. Green technology is nothing but reuse, re-refine, and work on cleaner fuel and less pollutant to the environment. See, there are so many parameters. If I talk about all these things, it will take 3 hours. And Sanjay ji has given only 10 minutes to me, I suppose. Our latest development is on green combo solution. Green combo solution is extra green and green combo lubricants. Please listen carefully. This is the latest development from Indian Oil, and we proudly say green combo solution is a unique combination of green fuel, differentiated diesel fuels with higher cetane number, known as extra green. And what is the green fuel? Green fuel is in the diesel, we are giving the doses of multifunctional additive and cetane improver are there, better detergent, better lubricity, everything is there. So in those conditions, better engine durability, when we talk about green lubricants is for engine, gear and axle oil with novel additives and superior performance. Base oil, better selection of base oil, because now world is going towards group 2 base oil, group 3 base oil. We are running on currently on group 3 base oil, better. And this is the fuel economy. Suppose we work on both the green solution, so what we get in tons, significant improvement in fuel economy. And from the road experiment and so many experiment, and for the MS roadways and the Tata, Ashok Leyland, fishing vehicle, diesel generator set, we came to know this fuel economy is in the tune of 7 to 9%. So this is on all commercial vehicles. High cetane diesel fuel, 55 against 51. Traditional is 51 and here green combo is 55. Better lubricity provides longer injector life. Now people are talking about injector life also. Injector life is increases, the superior combustion leads to lower engine noise. Dr. Saab was talking about engine noise. See, Dr. Saab, we have developed one product which is giving superior combustion leads to lower engine noise and high performance, low friction. Green combo solution provides. Yes, Mr. Sanjay.
Sir, you have 1 minute only more.
Acha, okay, one minute. In the nutshell, what we are saying, you don't worry about total lubrication management. You don't have to worry about your engine life, turbine life. You give your worry to oil manufacturer. We have ISO certified advanced R&D lab. We are working day and night on all those lubricant aspect, diesel aspect, everything. So better lubrication management is only possible through the companies. Those are really working on this additive and this research parameters. So we take care of this total lubricant maintain management, and we are already doing it. NTPC we have done in NTPC Unchahar, BHL we have done in BHL Haridwar. Like so many examples are there. So I think this is the first this series, and I request Sanjay ji, you have to come up with so many series. So 10-15 minute presentation we can make in 7-8 series. So it will be we can justify our coming here, and this is the benefit of the participant. Those are from each and every field, engineering, power, your every field they are there. Because one last example I am giving to my PowerPoint people. Those are from NTPC. See, excess dosage of additives. So everybody is talking about degradation of the lubricant, but one last example I am giving: excess dosage of additives like demulsifier to improve demulsibility is a major cause of foaming. Please understand, you just mark, because we need demulsifier for industrial lubricant. So this is the ability to separate the water within certain time, and emulsifier for automotive lubrication. These are the two important parameters, because we want, suppose oil and lubricant both are mixed together, our automotive engine, our automobile should run smoothly and it go to the garage after mixing this. These are the main parameters. अगर आपने इतना समझ लिया आज, तो समझ लीजिए आपने lubrication का बहुत बड़ा part सीखा. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Pankaj sir. A very powerful presentation, enlightening us on many aspects. ये सेमिनार बहुत ही वंडरफुली, बहुत सोच समझ के प्लान किया गया, जिसमें प्योरली एकेडमिक रिसर्च, प्रोफेसर्स लाइक डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे, पावर प्लांट जो 60-70 करोड़ के सिंगल यूजर हैं लुब्रिकेंट्स के, experts from machine tool, जैन साहब और आप इंडियन ऑयल से। अब हम लोग इस जानबूझ के हम लोगों ने सब कुछ सुना। अब we are heading towards the end of the seminar and now we have a very powerful speaker जिन्होंने रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में, जिन्होंने एकेडमी में डॉक्टर पांडे की ग्रीन ट्राइबोलॉजी के मिशन के बारे में सुना, पावर सेक्टर के मिस्टर अनिल कुमार जी को सुना, कि इंडियन ऑयल के अपने कलीग को सुना, पीके जैन साहब को सुना, जो उन्होंने एक एग्जांपल दी कि बियरिंग की जो उसमें जो वो ग्रीस भर रहा था वो कैसे उससे जो फर्दर प्रॉब्लम और एस्केलेट हो रही थी। मुझे लगता है शायद मेरे ख्याल से, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग, मे बी डॉक्टर मजूमदार शायद इस पर लाइटन करे कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक इंडियन ऑयल जो फॉर्च्यून 500 में आती हैं, सो बिग, आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग 60% ऑफ द ऑयल मार्केट इज कमांडेड बाय इंडियन ऑयल। इंडियन ऑयल को मुझे लगता है कंज्यूमर अवेयरनेस पे शायद, इन एडिशन टू सेलिंग ऑफ लुब्रिकेंट्स एंड ऑयल, शायद कंज्यूमर अवेयरनेस एंड ट्रेनिंग्स पे भी बहुत काम करना चाहिए। ये मेरा एक बहुत ही पर्सनल ओपिनियन है, मे बी आई एम रॉन्ग। सो नाउ विद दिस आई इनवाइट डॉक्टर SK मजूमदार, एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर R&D इंडियन ऑयल, जिन्होंने बहुत, मैं देख रहा हूँ पेशेंटली इन सारी चीजों को सुना है और वो अपने एक्सपर्ट कमेंट देंगे इन सारी चीजों पे। सो डॉक्टर मजूमदार, we have 10 minutes for you, and after that I would request Dr. R.K. Pandey from IIT to conclude the seminar after this. So over to you, Dr. Majumdar, with your expert, wonderful comments on what you have listened to all these speakers. Yeah, Dr. Majumdar.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So good afternoon, my esteemed panelists and co-panelist, Mr. Sanjay, and all respected participants from the industry. I come as a night watchman today, and night watchman has a very precarious task to save his wicket and to save the time also. So within 10 minutes, the esteemed panelists have given so much of insight. I don't know really how to go about it, but I will start with one little thing. Industry will understand tribology or green tribology only when the rupee and paisa, which comes as an exchequer to them, is told to them in the right perspective. Now in 1966, when Peter Jost came out with the term of tribology, as Dr. Pandey had enunciated, he pointed out in his report the amount of the exchequer that was being drained out from the industry due to the loss of friction and wear, due to high friction and due to wear. Now, after 4 decades, in 2009, another Jost, HP Jost, he came out with another report and he made a certain calculation. Dr. Pandey talked about biomimicry of the system because nature is a great teacher. And once when nature teaches us, we try to mimic them. And this biomimicry has become a big industry revolution. And it's going to be a part of the 4th generation revolution also. And you know, from 2005 to 2008, they have estimated that US has big industries have saved around 1.5 billion US dollars by use of biomimicry into the industry applications. So, you know, the first thing was you need to know how much loss you are incurring by not using tribology. And another Jost came out with a report which says how much profit you are making by use of tribology. And with this came the concept of the green tribology. Now, green tribology is a culmination of green engineering and green chemistry. So you wed out green chemistry and green engineering, it becomes green tribology. So Dr. Pandey enunciated 12 parameters, industry parameters, which define green tribology, and out of which one of those parameters was surface texturing. Now we have been working very closely on surface texturing. Now, what is exactly a surface texturing? I'll just give you 2 examples. Surface texturing also uses the concept of self-cleaning. You have lotus plants. The lotus flowers, they come out very clean out of the dirty water. Why? Because they have got microstructures inundated on their stems, which doesn't allow the water, because the contact angle, I'll not go into a bit of technicalities, but for you to know that the contact angle, water contact angle is more than 150 degrees, whereas the low contact hysteresis follows the high water contact. So these two terms, when wedded together, gives you a self-cleaning effect. Now, friction, wear, lubrication, and when addition is added onto this parameter, it becomes the basic feature for the green tribology. Most of the things that were talked about by our previous presenters, they had green tribology in some point or the other. Like on-site monitoring, as told by Mr. P.K. Jain, is a part of a green tribology concept. Dr. Pandey talked about in details about surface texturing, nano lubricants, culmination of both. So this is the part of the green tribology. I'll just give you one example from my earlier work, which we did work with Indian Railways, where we introduced a multi-grade concept for the first time in Indian Railways, which resulted in lower oil consumption, higher fuel economy. And then when we kept on increasing the generation by use of certain novel additives, which are formulated into the system as a basic formulation, we came out with a total parametric response of low wear, low friction, low oil consumption, high oil drain interval. So and it led to lower inventory, because, for example, in a locomotive, because I saw a slide from Dr. Pandey on locomotives. So in a locomotive, if you have a downtime, which is because of the local maintenance, which goes from 1 year, and if you are extending it to 2 years, as Mr. Pankti was telling, that we have enhanced oil life period, and if it is extended to 2 years, so you can imagine with 16 cylinders of the engine, with the numbers of the piston ring, each cylinder has 5 rings, 5 set of pistons, and the time taken, the labor cost, the material cost, etc., will be reduced extensively. Therefore, tribology, which was earlier in vogue, has gone green in terms of environmental consciousness, in terms of lower consumption of the fuels and lubricants, and in terms of lower carbon footprints. Because if your fuels and lubricants, they come down drastically, the emissions, they go out very less. And added with this, the advances that has been made. Incidentally, I had been associated with the processing also. I was there is a slight modifications to what Mr. Sanjay told while introducing me. I'm a former executive director. I'm not now with Indian Oil. So I had been associated with lubricants. I had been associated with fuels. I had been associated with pipeline transportation mechanisms. So with all these features taken together, you end up with a system which is holistic in itself, and which gives you parametric solutions to all your industry features. We are as a team, Indian Oil and we as well, we are committed to give you solutions like some Mr. Anil probably, or Mr. Pandey, Mr. Anil, he talked about ServoWay. So ServoWay was one part which was indigenization of another lubricant, and in the coal ball bearing with the local coal with high ash content, the life of the lubricant was extended. The life of the equipment was extended. He will bear out with me. So there are many such examples, and maybe Mr. Sanjay, if he arranges a master class of some type for the industry at some point of time, these things could be elaborated, because Mr. Pankti also went very hurriedly, so did all others. Dr. Pandey had a lot to say. So maybe a master class would, at some point of time, would enhance our understanding and our journey together. I think for today, with the time that is allotted to me, I should be stopping here. I kept my wicket and I kept my time. Thank you, Mr. Sanjay.
It was a wonderful presentation, sir. Especially जो आपने एक लोटस की जो एग्जांपल दी कि मडी वाटर में से लोटस, it was really it forced me also to really think. मतलब कितना कुछ है प्रकृति से सीखने के लिए, समझने के लिए और साइंस का ओरिएंटेशन उस तरफ करने के लिए. एनीवे सर, बहुत ही जैसे एक सोलर मिशन ऑफ इंडिया हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने शुरू किया, हाइड्रोजन मिशन ऑफ इंडिया हाइड्रोजन पे चल रहा है. आई वुड रिकमेंड कि इतना कुछ समझ में मुझे आया कि ट्राइबोलॉजी मिशन ऑफ इंडिया भी एक स्टार्ट होना चाहिए. और आईआईटी के डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे.
Can I just chip in here for one moment only?
Yeah.
Tribology mission तब तक start नहीं हो सकता जब तक when you don't bring on board the policy makers and the industry as such to understand what they lose by not using tribology in its right perspective and what they are to gain by using right perspective in terms of the exchequer that comes to them, the savings and the profitability that comes to them.
सर आपने बिल्कुल सही चीज पकड़ी. ये जो आज एक छोटा सा प्रयास है और आप जैसे एक्सपर्ट्स लोगों को जोड़ने की जो शुरुआत है, ये उसी डायरेक्शन में है. मे बी आफ्टर सम टाइम द गवर्नमेंट विल हैव टू लिसन. और ये मिशन भी जो आप लोगों ने, मैंने बहुत सारी नोटिंग्स की हैं आप सब लोगों की, कभी न कभी ये प्रयास जरूर सक्सेसफुल होगा. ये हमारा सीजन 1 था, ये सेशन 1 था ट्राइबोलॉजी पे. ऐसे बहुत सारे हम लोग करेंगे. बहुत कुछ है बताने के लिए, सिखाने के लिए, बात करने के लिए. ये जो अनअवेयरनेस है ट्राइबोलॉजी पे और जो एक लग्जरी माना जाए, क्या मुझे नहीं पता क्या राइट वर्ड है, बट डेफिनेटली आप जैसे लोगों के सहयोग और प्रयास से इस मिशन को बनाना ही है और इसको आगे बढ़ाना है. अब मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे हैं. डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे आईआईटी अभी तो दिख रहे थे, मे बी इज नॉट विजिबल because he had some other meeting also at 12. है डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे. अंशुल, डॉक्टर साहब, कैन यू प्लीज अनम्यूट?
हेलो
डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे.
यस आई एम ऑडिबल. हेलो
सर, आपको अंशुल जरा इनको स्क्रीन पे ले लीजिए, डॉक्टर आर.के. पांडे को. तो डॉक्टर साहब, आज आपने सुना है, यू आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग द प्रीमियर रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ द कंट्री एंड द वर्ल्ड. आपको एक बहुत अच्छी टीम, ये मतलब आप ही की टीम के मेंबर हैं. अब आगे कैसे जाना है, क्या करना है, और इसका सीजन 2 या सेशन 2 ट्राइबोलॉजी का जो डॉक्टर मजूमदार ने कहा, एक सर ट्राइबोलॉजी मिशन ऑफ इंडिया भी क्रिएट करना है. वी हैव टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन दिस. तो सर, विद दिस मैं आप चाहूंगा कि आप ही की तरफ से एक वोट ऑफ थैंक्स जाए. काफी लोगों ने करीब इस लोगों को सुना समझा. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, in fact, I'm thinking if suppose 1-2 questions let us have from participants, what they understood out of this and what their requirement is, their future requirement, then it will be excellent in planning of the program, next program, as well as they will be understanding maybe through 1 or 2 question other audiences will also be aware about that. So let us invite them, let us have a question or feedback from them itself. Sanjay, you ask audience.
सर, एक ऑडियंस ने मुझे क्वेश्चन ये मेरे इस पे व्हाट्सएप पे भेजा है अलग से, कि वो ये जानना चाहते हैं कि जो भी सुना है ट्राइबोलॉजी के बारे में, वो ये कहते हैं, वो भी एक इंडस्ट्री से ही हैं, उन्होंने कहा मेरा नाम ना बताया जाए. मुझे लगता है कि शायद उनको जीरो पता है, कुछ नहीं पता है और वे मेंटेनेंस से ही हैं. तो कैसे करके आईआईटी या आईओसीएल, उन्होंने लिखा है कि स्पेसिफिकली वो कैसे हेल्प कर सकते हैं उनकी अवेयरनेस और उनकी ट्रेनिंग देने में, और अगर वो चाहें अपनी कंपनी में ऑर्गेनाइज कराएं, इट्स ए ह्यूज कंपनी, तो क्या हो सकता है इसमें?
Yeah, obviously. Actually, see, we can help. We can make them aware from practical perspective only. And our IOCL friends are there. They must be speaking on these matters.
Sanjay ji, we are ready to conduct awareness maintenance program for them, but they have to reveal their identity separately. अगर चाहे आपसे करेंगे, because our engineers are omnipresent in India, everywhere. Our technical services engineers are there, and our full-fledged department is there. We are ready. We will be happy to organize that technical seminar for them.
एक
Please
पांडे जी
feel free,
आपके
and they can contact me also. You give him my number, so I can talk to him directly.
एक पांडे
They
जी
are most welcome. He is most
एक
welcome.
सज्जन ने स्पेसिफिकली IOCL को डायरेक्ट करके क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि
Yes.
आप लोगों का एक टोटल ऑयल मैनेजमेंट या टोटल फ्लूइड मैनेजमेंट करके कोई कॉन्सेप्ट है, बट वो कहते हैं
Yes.
इस पे किसी तरीके की कोई जवाब, कोई रिस्पांस, कोई गाइडेंस मिलती नहीं है। और इंडियन ऑयल ग्रीन ट्राइबोलॉजी को प्रमोट करने के लिए क्या कह रही है, क्या कर रही है? क्या वो अपने कंटेनर्स पे या उस पे कहीं पे लिख सकते हैं कि ये ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी ऑयल है, या इसके उस पे यूजर कैसे उसको यूज किया जाए, कैसे किया जाए, उसके बाद और क्लियर कट ऐसी गाइडलाइंस हर कंटेनर पे दे सकते हैं? मतलब पहला
आपने-
क्वेश्चन ये है कि टोटल
Okay.
ऑयल मैनेजमेंट पे आप ग्रीन ट्राइबोलॉजी के लिए कैसे उस पे क्या कर रहे हैं?
Yes. आपको इसका जवाब देने से पहले मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, मैंने अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में, क्योंकि आपने टाइम इतना कम दिया था, हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा था क्या बोले और क्या छोड़े। दिस वाज द प्रॉब्लम। तो मैंने कहा था ग्रीन कॉम्बो सॉल्यूशन इंडियन ऑयल ने यूनिक इंट्रोड्यूस किया, यूनिक सॉल्यूशन है ग्रीन फ्यूल के साथ एंड ग्रीन लुब्रिकेंट्स। और ग्रीन लुब्रिकेंट के साथ मैंने नाम भी बताया था, सर्वो रफ्तार 15W40 इको फ्रेंडली है। क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे इसलिए नहीं बोलना चाहता, अपनी प्रोडक्ट प्रमोशन नहीं करना चाहता था, बट दिस इज द ग्रीन लुब्रिकेंट। और ग्रीन लुब्रिकेंट के काफी एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं, वो सेपरेटली पूछें तो हम लोग उनको जवाब दे देंगे, पर मैंने नाम रिवील कर दिया है, दिस इज द ग्रीन फ्यूल।
डॉक्टर पांडे, आपकी तरफ से आपके लिए क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टेड है। वो चाहते हैं कि IIT से ग्रीन ट्राइबोलॉजी के फील्ड में नया आविष्कार, नई यूजेबिलिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वो क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं? क्या आपकी तरफ से नया हम लोगों को क्या मिलने जा रहा है?
Actually, I would like to tell you now. See, the issue is that I mean, whatever new concepts are there, particularly green typology, we are using on the machines. और कुछ तो हमारे पेटेंट अभी नहीं हुए हैं, उनको पब्लिश नहीं करता है, लेकिन if suppose any I mean depth program, maybe 8 hours program, so all machine elements where we have used the concept of green typology, उनकी लाइफ कैसे बढ़ाया है, फ्रिक्शन वेयर कैसे हमने रिड्यूस किया है, इफेक्टिव लुब्रिकेशन हाउ इट इज मेंटेन्ड, इमिशंस कैसे घटाया है इंजन का, ऑल थिंग कैन बी स्पोकन, और उसके हिसाब से वो अडॉप्ट कर लें अपने मशीन में, सिस्टम में कैसे उन्हें लगाना है, क्या है, वी कैन गाइड आल्सो कैसे कर लीजिए। तो दैट कैन बी डन ओनली वेरी एक्सटेंसिव थिंग्स, क्योंकि उन्हें एक्सप्लेन करना होगा व्हाट इज द फिजिक्स बिहाइंड दैट, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, convincing होना चाहिए ना, because laboratory level things are different. When we are going to industry, we are not going to fail it, we are going to be successful. तो उसे बताना, समझाना, कन्विंस करना। I will give one example. जैसे ग्रीज में मॉलिब्डेनम डाइसल्फाइड यूज होता है, हम आपको बता दें, पता नहीं इंडियन ऑयल को पता है कि नहीं ये बात, बिकॉज इन वन प्रेजेंटेशन हम DST में थे ना, तो वहाँ एक एक्सपर्ट ने मुझे बताया कि व्हाट कॉन्सेप्ट यू आर टॉकिंग, टाटा मोटर्स इसे यूज करता है। टाटा मोटर्स की जितनी भी बेयरिंग्स होती हैं, जानते हैं, जो भी ग्रीज है, उस ग्रीज में अलग से MOS2 वो ब्लेंड करके यूज करते हैं, जिससे MOS2 की कोटिंग हो जाए। पता नहीं इंडियन ऑयल को पता है कि नहीं। तो बहुत सारी जो कंपनियां हैं जो हेलो
अनम्यूट करिए सर, पांगटे साहब अनम्यूट करिए।
आपने MOS2 मॉलिब्डेनम सल्फाइड की बात की है, हमारे ग्रीजेस में, काफी ग्रीजेस में ऑलरेडी ब्लेंडेड है, और बहुत सी हायर परफॉर्मेंस जहाँ पर हाई टेम्परेचर एनालिसिस है, वहाँ पे भी हम लोग दे रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी हैं हम इसके अंदर। क्योंकि क्या होता है, एडिटिव टेक्नोलॉजी को बहुत से लोग रिवील नहीं करते हैं, और जहाँ पे देनी होती है वहाँ पे दे देते हैं इसको लिख के, बट वी आर ऑलरेडी यूजिंग।
इनफैक्ट आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू, सभी इंडस्ट्री को हम बताना चाहेंगे कि जो ग्रीज आप यूज करते हो ना, MOS2 डाल के यूज करो। हमने सीलिंग फैन में यूज करना शुरू कर दिया है, जानते हैं, बहुत बेनिफिशियल असर आता है।
हाँ, वो बहुत ही अच्छी प्रॉपर्टीज है।
हाँ, बहुत ही अच्छा। और जितनी भी लुब्रिकेशन जहाँ हो रहे हैं, मैं तो कहूंगा MOS2 एक बार डालो आप, कोटिंग हो जाती है उसकी। अगर पार्च लुब्रिकेशन हो रहा है या सीवियरिटी मतलब स्टार्वेशन है, तो भी सरवाइव करता है कंटेंट।
संजय जी, आज तो पांडे साहब तो हमारे ही काम करते रहे, हमारे तो सब जगह।
देखिए, मेरा रोल तो एक एग्रीगेटर का है। आप जैसे एक्सपर्ट एंड एक्सपीरियंस माइंड्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाना है, और ट्राइबोलॉजी मिशन ऑफ इंडिया को बनाना ही बनाना है। और लोगों को जोड़ते जाएंगे। नेक्स्ट
Actually,
मंथ वी विल हैव ए सेशन 2।
Sanjay, I would like to share you ना, आपको पता नहीं मैंने बताया था कि नहीं, 2005 में हम लोग कुछ नैनो मटेरियल यूज किए थे लुब्रिकेंट।
बताया था सर, आज सुबह ही
हाँ।
मैं बात कर रहा था। बताइए सर, वो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है।
जितनी ऑयल कंपनियां हैं ना, सभी का ग्रीज गियर ऑयल का हमने ऑयल उठाया था मार्केट से विदाउट टेलिंग देम, और नैनो मटेरियल हमने यूज किया था उसमें, और जो भी वो एडिटिव डाले थे ना, उसके ऊपर 50% बेटर परफॉर्मेंस वी गॉट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट नैनो मटेरियल। और जानते हैं, ग्रीज जो 4 बाल टेस्ट में हम वेल्ड टेस्ट करते हैं, जब वो ग्रीज डिग्रेड होती है, ऑयल डिग्रेड होता है, तो जो बदबू आती है वो बदबू नहीं थी, और ब्लैकिश जो करेक्टर होता है, ब्लैकिश करेक्टर गॉन। तो हम लोगों ने इंजन में डाला अपने, तो जानते हो धुआं निकलना बंद हो गया। सो सच मटेरियल्स आर अवेलेबल देयर। कुछ लोग मतलब पता नहीं है कुछ लोगों को बिकॉज ऑफ सी नैनो मटेरियल्स आर आल्सो हैविंग इश्यूज रिलेटेड टू एनवायरनमेंट।
आपने डॉक्टर साहब उसमें एफजेडजी रेटिंग भी नोट करी थी, कितनी आई थी?
अभी हमें याद नहीं है, रिपोर्ट एक बार हमें देखना होगा। 2005 में मैंने प्रोजेक्ट किया था, और जो हमारे इंडियन फाइटर प्लेन के जो पायलट्स है ना, उन्होंने एक एसोसिएशन बनाया, कंपनी बनाई थी, तो दैट प्रोडक्ट दे ब्रॉट फ्रॉम रसिया, और वो यहाँ पर इंडिया में चेक कराना चाह रहे थे क्योंकि मार्केट में उन्हें कुछ लॉन्च करना था। दैट टाइम 2005 में हम लोगों ने स्टडी किया था।
संजय जी ने बहुत बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म में काफी लोगों को बुलाया है, और जैसे डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा जो क्वेश्चंस हैं, क्योंकि लोग क्वेश्चन पूछना चाह रहे हैं, आप शायद हम लोग टाइम नहीं दे रहे हैं।
हाँ।
संजय जी, मेरे ही तो रिक्वेस्ट है, विल टेक 2 क्वेश्चन अब जैन साहब, पांडे जी जो हमारे एनटीपीसी बीएचएल हैं, उन सबको देख के उनके भी एग्जीक्यूटिव्स के लिए हम लोग प्रोग्राम कराएंगे, ताकि ग्रीन टाइप जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, ग्रीन मिशन, ये जब तक ये फील्ड में नहीं जाएगा तो हम इसको प्रैक्टिकली ऐसे थ्योरेटिकली बताने का कोई एडवांटेज नहीं है। हम इसको चाहते हैं फील्ड तक जाए। दोनों
तो
बड़े यूजर
बहुत आ रहे हैं, टाइम भी हमारा खत्म हो गया, बट जैन साहब के लिए मैं बात
ले लीजिए, 2 क्वेश्चन ले लीजिए। मैं देख रहा था कोई हाथ उठा रहे थे, उनका हो नहीं पाया। आप अनाउंस कर दीजिए, एनी 2 क्वेश्चन, डायरेक्ट ऑडियंस पूछेगी।
एनी अंशुला, देखिए एनी 2 क्वेश्चंस कोई हो, वरना मेरे पास तो कुछ आए हुए हैं।
डायरेक्ट ऑडियंस,
डायरेक्ट नहीं, इनफैक्ट हमने उनको ऑडियंस को यही बताया था कि आप हमें व्हाट्सएप पे या चैट पे करिए, एंड देन द क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज़ अदरवाइज
गिव देम फ्री हैंड फॉर 2 क्वेश्चंस।
एक जैन साहब के लिए क्वेश्चन है कि क्या आप उनको कंसल्टेंसी, गाइडेंस, मशीन टूल मेंटेनेंस में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में, क्या आपकी सर्विसेज उनको अवेलेबल हो सकती हैं इफ दे कांटेक्ट यू डायरेक्टली?
Yeah, आई एम ओपन टू इट।
दैट्स गुड। तो मेरे ख्याल से सर अब इट इज ऑलमोस्ट वी हैव एक्सीडेड आवर टाइम लिमिट। तो आप लोगों की तो मेरे ख्याल से विद दिस आई थैंक यू very much to all the eminent speakers for your wonderful comments, guidance, expert opinions. And एक चीज और है कि ये हमारा एक बहुत ही छोटा सा एक प्रयास है टुवर्ड्स, जो डॉक्टर मजूमदार ने एक राइट वर्ड दिया, ट्राइबोलॉजी मिशन ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ। और हम लोग जल्दी इसका एक सेशन 2 भी लाएंगे, सेशन 3, सेशन 4, और इसको और स्पेसिफिकली इंडस्ट्री प्रॉब्लम से रिलेटेड कस्टमाइज करके उसी पे ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग अब शुरू किया करेंगे फ्यूचर में। तो विद दिस आई थैंक यू वेरी मच टू डॉक्टर पांडे, टू श्री अनिल कुमार जी, टू श्री पीके जैन साहब, टू श्री पांगटे साहब, एंड डॉक्टर एसके मजूमदार, R&D former ED Indian Oil. Indian Oil. So thank you very much, and thank you very much all the audience. The recording of this entire session